Good morning. This morning was very easy. Well, so far it's been very easy because the lions were calling from a few hundred meters from our campsite, and we got up this morning and drove down to the road, and there were their tracks leading us along the road, and we drove a few hundred meters and there's a big male lion right there. We don't have light yet, but we'll wait around until the sun comes up and hopefully get some decent shots of him. I think there is at least one more lion around there, 2 sets of tracks, and we heard them calling together. We'll have a little look around first. All right, we found another male lion, so there are 2 big males here at least. We're just quickly popping to the ablutions to what is the word? What is the polite word for a take a shit? And then we're gonna come back and sit with the lions until the light arrives. We're using a little bit of fill light from this little small rig light. Yes, keeping it nice and warm to match the light of the sunrise. And I don't think it'll look too fake because, there is natural light hitting behind him. But in the shadow here, he's totally dark. So I got this little small rig light. It's a RC60B, 60 watt. And it's actually been quite useful. Filming with light is tricky because the light always comes from, unless you have a separate lighting vehicle, the light normally comes from where the camera is, and it just looks unnatural. But I'm finding that once the sun is up a bit, if I need a little bit of full light, like in a situation like this, we've got light in the background, but if I turn off this light, the lion will be too dark, and I can adjust the color temperature of the light to kind of match the morning sunrise. And I don't think it looks too bad, actually. So the lions got up and moved into this thick area, and we think they're heading this way somewhere, but not exactly sure where they're going to come out. So we're just driving backwards and forwards along this road, hoping we catch them as they come out of the thick area. The one big male went first, and then the other one followed shortly afterwards, but it was too thick for us to go through after them, so we've cut around. We're about 300 meters from where they went in. But the thing about lions, they're quite slow sometimes, and so they'll be on their way here, but they'll walk a bit, and then they'll stop and lie down for 10 minutes, and then they'll get up and walk a bit more. So it could take them, half an hour to cover this 300 meters. So we'll just keep going back and forth and hope they come out. The other possibility is that they lie down and don't get up for the rest of the day. It's also totally feasible. Andy, you see anything there? Movement? Nothing. So earlier on, one lion sort of went for Andy a little bit. I think he felt a bit threatened by Andy's beard, and he kind of gave Andy a very vicious look and started walking towards the car. Are you scared, Andy?
No, not at all. I just took my window up.
protected by the magical window. Okay, so we keep going. Yeah, some impalas. Alright, gonna do a quick Ablution tour. This is what they look like. Bit run down, but they do seem to be building new ones. There are, I think, 3 or so of these units, and they are replacing them with newer ones. Some of them have solar heated water. This one doesn't, but I assume when they replace it they'll put in a solar water heater. Pretty basic. There's 2 doors on each side, flushing toilet, and a shower. Not too bad. Possibly, this here is possibly some of the worst design I've ever seen. The shelf where one is likely to put one's soap has got a gap in it, soap-sized gap, that goes down to blackness. I don't know why they didn't just staple this, make this piece a little bit longer and secure it over there. Then it would have been a lovely shelf. Instead they turned it into a soap hole. On this side as well, similar story. Nice place to put your soap. Big deep hole. Never getting it out of there. There must be, I'll bet you, one day archaeologists will discover hundreds of soaps down in there. Anyhow, then outside of those 2 rooms, there is a little basin. As I said, this one's only cold water, but some of them have hot water. Not bad.
This is what I have to deal with. Rob is such a beep 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 beep.
Did you just bleep yourself, Andy?
Yes, I did.
Andy's trying to make me coffee, and he's struggling a bit.
No, I didn't struggle. His machine doesn't work all the time. It's not 100%.
Isn't it?
You have to send them a strongly worded email.
No, I'm not gonna. It's the greatest coffee machine ever, and we're not sponsored. It's just great, but occasionally about 1 in lines up.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we're now with a mating pair. We looped round and round looking for the 2 big males for a while. They'll probably come out still, but then we saw another vehicle and went to them, and they're sitting with this pair, a male and a female, who apparently are mating. While we're waiting, I asked Andy to make me a coffee. Yeah, as I was saying, only about 1 in 20. This coffee machine doesn't pierce the pod, and then you have to take the pod out and manually make holes in it.
Which I haven't done. I've just used a new pod.
It's just gone with a brand new pod, hey? Don't care about my financial situation.
Up.
Okay. Apple rolling, will you cut that?
Guys, I regret to inform you that this shall be my last trip with Robert Hoffman.
Got my coffee finally. I have to ask Andy nowadays 5-10 times sometimes. Get him to do things. He's getting more and more cocky with his old age. Back in the day I was like, Andy, make me a coffee. Yes, sir. Now he's like, Rob, I'm busy. Driving a car. Looking for lions. Oh. So good. So the only shot we can get at the moment, we went and did a loop around looking for the other males, and when we got back there were quite a few vehicles. So this angle here of the mating pair is our best option, but it is very bright. There's bright light in my eyes. So it's time for the Slim Shady. This is my new improved Slim Shady. Larger surface area. larger surface area, and it's now waterproof, so it's very nice for filming in the rain. It's very convenient because the lions are like just here, 100 meters that way, and we got hungry, so we pop back to camp, make a nice breakfast, back to the lions, and they're moving in our direction.
While I've got this opportunity, Rob's just washing his hands. I just wanted to tell the viewers out there what a he is, eh? Okay, he's coming. He's coming.
What are you saying, Andy?
I'm not saying anything, Rob.
Andy, are you talking to the camera without me?
I'm sorry, I didn't want to steal your...
Oh. Oh, stop it, Rob. You're hurting me. We came back to the mating lion.
Make sure I look good here.
Oh, there we go. You look good now? We're back at the mating lions. Now we're trying to get a decent shot, but struggling a bit. They've been lying in this guy, our neighbour's campsite, all day long. He hasn't been able to get to his stuff. They've been basically lying under that tree on top of his bags. And there he is, Jan. He's been in his car all day reading a book, and the lions have just been lying in his campsite. They've now moved a little bit off. There they are, under the tree. So yeah, we'll wait a bit longer, see what they do, and then also maybe there's the other pair of males that went into the bush about 100 meters that way. So hopefully once it cools down, once the sun hits the horizon, they might come down for a drink, and we can maybe get some shots. We hope. Andy?
Yes, Robert.
Have you decided to behave yourself a bit better?
Sorry, Mr. Rob.
Okay. I had to teach Andy a little bit of a lesson earlier. He was misbehaving, but now put him in his place, and hopefully he won't act up again. Fingers crossed. We're back with the lions. The sun has set. We did pop out for sunset and grab some lovely shots of elephants drinking. And yeah, the light's fading quickly. Our friend Jan, who was camping here, has managed to grab his stuff he leaned out of his vehicle and grabbed all of his stuff. So he's moved to another campsite, which is probably a good idea, since these lions aren't going anywhere. Alright, we are heading back to camp. Yeah, we got a few shots. There's some nice interaction. The lioness is getting a little bit angry with the big male, and so she shows her teeth a few times. We got those. So at the moment the lions are just here. Our campsite is how many meters along that way? 50 meters.
100 maybe.
Maybe 100 meters. So we're going to go there and we're going to pull out some raw meat. You can keep going. And put it on the fire. I've got plans for this evening. I took out a couple of sirloins that I bought from Beef Boys in Maun. The plan is rare sirloin, a little bit of melted cheese, fried egg on top. Been thinking about it a good portion of the day. Andy thinks we should, given the fact that the lions are so close, that we should maybe go with pasta. But I'm
just plain pasta.
Just plain pasta, no tuna. Lions love tuna.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking they too preoccupied to come sniffing around our campsite. Although they have been moving in our direction. They started out further that way, so in the evening later I think they'll probably come back this way. But by then we'll be in bed. Okay, so here's the plan. These are actually ribeyes, not sirloins. We're gonna cook a couple of ribeyes, and then we're gonna fry some eggs. We're gonna put some cheese on top of the ribeyes and then fried eggs on top of the cheese. And I'm also boiling up a little bit of sweet potato for the side. Should be delicious. Go Andrew.
Hey Robert, long time bud.
How are you doing?
You again.
Yeah, so we've made a, because the lions are 75 meters that way, we've made a, well, not a very big fire, but larger than usual. And Andy's staying nice and close to it. And then we've brought the Barry in very close. So the tent and Barry make a L-shaped lion protective barrier. Since that time the lion went into our tent in Mabuza, we've upgraded our lion protection equipment. I purchased this. It's a signaling horn, and if you push the button on top it makes a very loud noise. I don't know if it works. Some people say this is a good way to fend off a lion, but we've yet to test it. Andy, you can have this next to your bed.
Thank you bud.
Alright, these steaks are nearly done. So I'm going to get going on the eggs. Ooh, eggs are on their way. I've mashed the sweet potato with a bit of salt and butter. It's getting there, bit by bit.
Smoky, the new fragrance by Firewood.
And the final result looks like this. It's a fried egg, melted cheese, ribeye steak, rare, and a bit of sweet potato. Let's eat. What's your opinion, Andrew?
Oh,
It's good.
oh, so good.
I think we should call it the coronary.
What?
The coronary.
Oh,
Good name.
it's a winner.